What's up and welcome back to the channel. The name is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell up above for future uploads. Thank you. Yo Joe, so here we have G.I. Joe in our 1/6 line that is coming from Threezero. So this is officially licensed from Hasbro. Something I have to say I've been looking forward for the last couple of years is 1/6 collectibles for G.I. Joe and other brands that we will talk about in another video. So to me that this is a great idea, particularly if they're going to draw upon their decades old brand now of G.I. Joe, which I think fits in very well with the 1/6 scale. I have a 1/6 scale Snake Eyes from Retaliation, and I also have a 1/6 scale Storm Shadow from Retaliation, and they are absolutely beautiful figures. And I think if anything, Joe is always going to be better the bigger it gets. And here we have Storm Shadow, so immediately we have a villain for Snake Eyes to face off against, and I think that this is perfect. I have to say, from the prices of these figures, it's actually quite good. Given the fact when you're looking at a Hot Toy, for example, they can range from €200, dollars, pounds upwards. The G.I. Joe stuff is coming in now in around 130 odd. Now, is that to do with the fact that this isn't based on an actor's likeness? Possibly, because those actors do want to see residuals on those characters, for example, if they're going to use a very, very strong likeness to them. So you're not worrying about that factor here. Also, I think that the costumes here look very nice. There is a realism towards them. They are not sort of comic booky. They are not sort of toy-esque. They are very realistic looking. And I think Storm Shadow here looks absolutely phenomenal. Imagine this guy in blue as Sub-Zero. Oh, that'd be cool. Anyway, they're saying that they've teamed up now for Threezero with 1/6 scale collectible figures that were redesigned by Threezero. So it's interesting to note that they were redesigned. Hasbro have to give the final seal of approval, though, I would say, before they would put these into production. By Hasbro Retro G.I. Joe characters. The next of these releases is the 12-inch tall Storm Shadow, featuring standard fully articulated body, hand-tailored fabric costuming, and a full loadout of character-inspired accessories. Pre-order now on Hasbro Pulse by February 8th, 2021. So there is a bit of a cut-off there, so that's good. So if you have time to save up for this guy, start saving. Looking at the figure here, I think it looks really nice. I like the baggy bottoms that he's wearing here. It's very ninja-esque. I like the exposed arms. Now, what's interesting to note as well too here is we cannot see a hinge. So what type of material are they going to use here? Is it going to be a bit of a rubber? Is it something that if you leave it in a bended position for a prolonged amount of time that it's going to warp, it's going to crack? Is it going to be an issue? That's probably the biggest question on my mind. And I hope the durability of this is quite good. Now, as someone that owns the Threezero Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael, I think that is standing together very well. But again, it would be something I would be curious and concerned about, particularly if you're living in a warm house or if you're near a radiator, for example. Would this have an effect on this material? So we have Storm Shadow here, all in white with his hood. Looks phenomenal. Two swords that are on his back there. Strap going across. Cobra symbol here on his chest. Looks like a bulletproof vest that's on him as well. I think that this looks phenomenal. The pouches that are there, and then we have his bow holding in his hand. Here we have a picture of him now with his swords unsheathed, and again, like I said, you're seeing that this material that they're using here, that's probably like an endoskeleton underneath a steel and perhaps or maybe plastic one that they have underneath this, and you're saying that this material is going to bend. Sometimes when you do bend it, it does look funny. It doesn't look quite like an arm. It looks very, very strange, as if it's collapsed in on itself. So anybody that hasn't dealt with this before, any 1/12 size figures, particularly from Hot Toys, do be careful when you're handling this one, because I don't think you'll be able to stretch this too far forward and too far back in case it does break. Looking at the uniform again from the side, looks very nice. I like the shields as well too. I think that they look very nice. I think the silver that's been played along here and that comes into his hand wraps particularly and along in the figure itself looks really nice. I'm a sucker for silver. I think that looks absolutely outstanding. And as we move on then through the pictures, then we're going to get a look at then Storm Shadow here with some nunchucks. Again, he is a master of ninjutsu. I think this white costume looks absolutely lovely, and I like the way the light's hitting it. That looks like there's plenty of different dark spots as well too within this, and I think that there is a very nice contrast. There is a sort of realism towards this figure. Again, like I'm saying, it looks absolutely outstanding. We're looking at some of the articulation there. See what I'm saying now in terms of the arm, the way it's kind of creased in here. This is something I would be keeping an eye on if I was you, if you haven't purchased this before. Here we have him now with his bow and arrow, showing us some more dynamic posing. I think that looks cool. Imagine him facing off against Snake Eyes if he's flying through the air and Snake Eyes is underneath him. That would look pretty cool. So as we can see here now is the Storm Shadow figure himself, the accessories, the nunchucks, the 2 swords or katana. We have our bow, we have 4 arrows, and then we have interchangeable hands as well too, which comes with this. And I think that this is a very nice looking figure. This is something I think that is questionable in terms of the arms. How are they going to do the arms otherwise though, in terms of, because they are bare skinned arms, how else would they do them? That's a criticism, that's a problem. Something that they don't show in this is, does the hood come up over his head? Is that movable, or is that permanently static there behind his head? Could they have given us alternate arms that could have had maybe a sleeved look to them? Or will that be something that they might release in the future, a sleeved look, and then you don't have to worry about the creasing and stuff like that that's in the arms here. Overall though, that Storm Shadow, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Snake Eyes I think looks absolutely wonderful as well too, and now that he has someone to face off against, I think this line is going to pull me in. I think it's something I'm going to buy. So what's interesting to know is who is going to be next. If they're going to do these things in pairs, I would imagine that Duke is probably the next to be seen. And if Duke comes next, it's obvious who we're going to see after that, and that's Cobra Commander. Who do you think is going to come next from this line? Who would you like to see coming from this line? Drop a comment below. Let me know. Yo, Joe. Talk to you later. Good luck.